James Butler, what are you excited for, big guy?
How'd I know you were gonna call on me? James Butler directed Luann Lyons. Man, it's just another week, man. Got some decent activity in this week. Got an app in for the week already. Got some appointments booked. Running interviews. This is the best submit so far for the month up to year to date for my career. And I got some good irons on the fire, man. I woke up today with air in my lungs. I'm just grateful for the cup. It's another day to thank God for a life that I could have never imagined, and I'm just optimistic, man. This is just the beginning. So that's where I'm at, Luke Jackson.
That's awesome. Did you wake up with anything else other than air in your lungs? Just curious, maybe something in the heart?
I mean, maybe something in my neck.
Oh man, that's good. If you don't know what he's talking about, hang around. Just hang around. That's all we're gonna say. Just hang around. Okay. All right, we're gonna go into some stuff here. Um, maybe a note-taking day. Maybe a note-taking day. Okay. Is this gonna help you sell more insurance this week? I don't know. Honestly, have no clue. Probably, possibly. But I do want you to throw a 130, the old 130 in the chat if you are within your first 3 months. Then Gino, I want you to count them. Okay. Gino can count better than some people can read. Swear to you. Okay. Swear to you. It's a lot. Okay. And they just keep on coming. Yeah. They just keep on coming. All right. So is it fair to say that most of us, maybe not most, throw a one in the chat if you think you're still bad at this. If you're not good at this yet. Saw a negative one in there too, like that. All right, so everybody thinks there's room to be improved upon. Um, Here's my question for you. I want you to ponder this for just a second. How long do you want that to be the case about you? How long do you want to be, how long do you want that to be the case about you? Because I didn't say that you were bad. You said that you were bad. Okay, which means that probably not very confident in what you do here. Now, that could have been on either side. Okay, that could have been on the production side or the recruiting and building side. Don't really care. All right, if you just started either one of them, I wouldn't expect to be dependent on your skill right now. I'll put it to you that way. I would not expect for you to depend on your skill. G, I'm gonna make you a co-host so you can let some people in too. Um, Somebody unmute and tell me that's inside of their first 3 weeks. Inside of your first 3 weeks, what's the first key to a successful week?
Consistency.
Um,
Who said that? Is that Alan? Is a good guess, Alan. Is a good guess. It's not consistency.
I'm in th week 3, and I've got the 4 keys and the 4 cornerstones on a post-it in my monitor. Is that what you're looking for?
Tell them to me, Darcy. I like Darcy. See,
The
Darcy, see, hold on. Darcy, I don't know if Darcy can read. I got a feeling we're about to find out that she can, but I do know that she can listen. Okay, because everybody's supposed to have these printed and up on their wall according to Summit, aka NHQ. So go ahead, Darcy. Inform
and
everyone.
you, Luke Jackson, my second 0% call. You said if you don't have these on a post-it on your desk, write them down, and I did. So
Love this.
I was listening. But no, the 4 keys, number one, resources, leads,
Okay. Number two. Go ahead, Darcy. You take it
activity. I have
away.
350 plus dials a week there.
All right. So activity is the second one. What's the third?
3, I have schedule, and I wrote down 12 plus appointments a week.
All right. The last one.
System, team calls, which is why I'm here every day.
I just love it, Darcy. Let's give a golf clap for Darcy. Okay. We're going to start calling you Dr. Oates. Okay. Dr. Oates. Resources, activity, schedule, and system. Okay, now somebody else other than Darcy, we already know Darcy's going to make a lot of money. All right, but somebody else tell me the 4 laps of the learning curve here. inside your first 3 months. Oof. I mean, guys, I didn't rip Alan for being wrong. You can be wrong. I just want to see you guess. It's a good guess, Rosanna. All right, somebody that knows. Yes, Ian Graham would have an aneurysm.
Luke, I got it for you.
Throw it to me.
First lap is activity and posture. And this is all according to Josh Busick that he gave us the other day on the help desk
All
call.
right, well, Josh Busick is not online with Ian because that one's not the first one. So,
Okay, got it.
so that one probably is right, and it probably works well. It's just not one that I know, and I don't need to be wrong today. I got something in my mind. So I love that, Luann. Luann's still taking notes on calls, right? Where is this literature? I love that, Alan. First lap to the learning curve is we got to be able to book
Book
appointments.
appointments. Yes.
Who's that? Who said that? Is that Eric Schmidt? Eric, go ahead.
Book appointments.
Right. Now, Eric, let me ask you a follow-up question. What's the key to booking appointments?
Low and slow on your dials.
Sure, what part of the script?
The best script.
No, that's what script. What part of the best script is going to help you book appointments?
Getting the why and maybe the
Role and
role and the
purpose.
purpose.
No,
Role
Role
and
and
purpose.
purpose.
no, no. It's the first part.
The first paragraph.
Yeah, it's the first paragraph. Hell yeah, Mike. Yeah, first paragraph. Why? You guys like getting hung up on? No. Really hard to book an appointment if they get hung up on, right? So low and slow would be how we read the first paragraph, right, Eric? So
Yeah.
how many of y'all right now hang up on telemarketers if you accidentally answer the phone and it's a telemarketer? Like, if you've been here for a while, maybe you're nice to them, like I try to be, I'm like, I know kind of what that feels like, but then again, I'm not telemarketing. I guarantee, excuse me, I guarantee this. You ever had a lead answer the phone on the first or second ring? First time you call them, first or second ring. Yeah. Their guard's usually the highest because they answer everybody's phone call. Let's just use some human psychology here. They answer everybody's phone call. So they also probably hang up on everybody pretty quick. That calls them, and that's either a bill collector or a telemarketer. So how do we not get them to hang up on this? It's not what we say, it's how we say it. Okay, because for me, it normally takes me 15 to 20 seconds to even tell them why I'm calling. So I got to keep them on the phone I got to master the first 2 minutes of the phone call. If I can master the first 2 minutes of that phone call and how to overcome a couple of objections, I'm going to learn how to book appointments, right? That's the first lap. What's the second lap?
Sit ratio.
Sit ratio. We got to get them to show up, right, G? We got to get them to show up. Gino, what's the key to getting people to show up? Like, what part of the script?
First, you're going to have to make sure you're verifying their information and figure out why they need this. If there's no why, they're not buying.
So is it fair to say pretty much the last part?
Yep.
Okay. So we got to master the beginning of the appointment and we got to master the end of the appointment. Talking about booking appointments. This is the best script. Okay. What's the third lap? Thank you, G. It's the third lap of the learning curve.
Right applications.
Right application. Who said that?
I did. Jasmine Shill.
Jasmine Shill. Well, she's written dang, I don't know if can I cuss in front of Maddie? She's written a shitload.
Shit ton.
Yeah,
No.
shit
Sarah
ton.
Reineke. Shit ton.
Shit, yeah. Shit ton. How much is a shit ton? I don't know. Let's look up Jasmine Shill's opt. That's how we'll know. Okay, that's Webster's dictionary. There's a picture of her opt. Great job. So if we want to master now, this is neither here nor there, but I'm gonna give you what I believe because I have agents that literally read the script verbatim that write 5 to 10 applications a week. Okay, read the script verbatim. What does verbatim mean? I learned this in elementary school. It means word for word. Okay, word for word. They read the script word for word, right? So if I want to master how to book appointments, what's the key to how to book I'm sorry. If I want to master how to write applications, what do I have to master? What part of the real script?
the close,
Close.
and the quality of questions you're asking during the real script.
All right. It's a good guess, Jazz. That's going to help you write more. It's not going to help you write
Financial fire drill.
close.
Fucking all of it.
Fucking all of it. Good guess, Jim. That's
I
not
mean,
correct either.
like really?
Gil's right. Gil's just, probably locked in over there on his role and purpose. It's your role and purpose. Okay. It's the beginning of it. It's the beginning of your appointment script. Okay. It's not the end. It's not the close. Like if you can master that role and purpose, I'm telling you, if you can master that role and purpose, you will write far more applications than if you just go in there. Y'all ever like got treated like a vending machine? They're like, well, I just want 250,000, and they're normally 87 years old whenever they say that. But I want 250,000. I don't give a shit what you want. Like I literally don't. I could not care much less. What you actually want is your family to be protected. Okay? Because if you knew what you wanted and you knew how to get it, you damn sure wouldn't be on the phone with me. These people, these leads, they have a problem. They don't know how to solve it. You have to believe that in your core. They don't know how to solve it. If they knew how to solve it, they would not be on the phone with us. We are the professionals. And we've got to set the tone early on in that conversation, right? Tyler, give me your role and purpose real fast for these people, if you don't mind.
Yeah. All right. So just to let you guys know a little bit about what my role is here today and really the whole purpose of our meeting, I just like to let you guys know that what I do is mostly known as what they call a field underwriter. And that's just a fancy way of saying that I sit down each and every week with anywhere from 25 to 30 families that had sent in the exact same request and looking to do the very same exact thing that you are. And in reality, all I am is just the middleman between you guys and all the top rated insurance companies here in the country. My job's literally just to go out, shop around, find out who's going to give you the very best deal based on what we can get you qualified for. Does that make sense? Yeah. And I will be asking you guys some questions today. Some of them may be a little difficult, but they're all going to be based around your mortgage, your finances, and most importantly, just verifying the health. And what all that's going to allow us to do today is really determine whether or not this is even something you guys need. Because not everybody I sit with actually needs this. And hey, if that's the case for you guys, I'm going to pack my virtual suitcase up early and I'll be on to my next family. If there is a need, we do tend to find out most families need a lot less coverage than they originally thought. But you guys will be picking out the actual program. We're going to go through a really quick application. Not going to come to your house, draw blood, stick you with needles, nothing like that. We're going to send the application in. Takes about 2 to 3 minutes. It's going to come back and say, hey, we got you approved. All right. Once we can find the approval for you, they mail that policy out to you guys. It takes them about 7 days. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and send an email over. That way, when you guys lay your head down at night, you know exactly what it is we took care of. All that sound fair and make sense for you?
Sounds fair to me. Yeah. He can fall out of bed and read that. He knows it like the back of his hand. Okay. Do you know it like the back of your hand? See, a lot of people think that it's the emotion that gets them to buy. And I would agree, it is. But if you don't have that, you don't have it doesn't matter how emotional you get them. They don't even know what the next step is. You're kidnapping them. Half the time, they're not going to open up to you in the emotional part. Why? Because you didn't set it up properly. It's a setup. We got to set it up properly. Okay? If you can master that, you will write more applications by default. You can master the close. You can master how to explain options. You can master the financial fire drill. It doesn't matter, but you're never going to get what you could actually like it. I don't know if that's not appropriate. I can't say that up here. Can't say that up here, Tyler. I'm gonna put that one back. I had a really good analogy, Tori, but I could get shot for it, and I don't want Meredith to call me and fire me, so I can't use that one. Maybe tomorrow. Okay, you guys call me after this. I'll give it to you. But without the role and purpose, everything else that we say is irrelevant because they don't know it's coming. Okay, like Tyler just said in his role and purpose, I don't even know if you guys need this stuff. We got to find out how much you need. Chances are you are like most of the families I sit with, and you need a lot less than you think that you do. What does that do? It takes their guard down. We got to get their guard down. They filled out the postcard. They mail it back in. Their guard gets higher and higher and higher and higher. Okay, so how do we get the guard down? Like that. Now, what's the fourth lap? You guys gonna get me fired up this morning. There you go,
Get the app approved. Get the app approved.
We underwriting and what else? There's two. There's two.
It's gotta stick.
It's got to stick. It's got to be sticky business, client for life, right? Now, could there be 5 laps? Probably could, but we got a 1.25 mile learning curve. That makes no freaking sense, so we can't do that. So we just had to stick those together, and now we got a 4th lap there. Here's what most agents do. Most people that come to us, here's what they want to learn, right? We got agent A and agent B, and you just tell me whose phone call you think I'm going to answer. Okay, just tell me because I have both agents on my team and one talks to me all the time. One of them, I really don't even know their last name. Okay, it's very simple. So, agent A, okay, they come in here and they spend 80% of their time learning the products. I mean, we got to know our products. What are we selling? How does an IULE work? Jesus Christ, what about these annuities, right? We got to know every little thing about every little detail. Agent A, I mean, I tell you what, Kyle, I mean, they know underwriting. Well, I don't know if they know it, but they study it. Okay. All the products, they probably write Transamerica fully underwritten term because it's the cheapest. Probably what they're going to do, right, Tyler? We all have heartaches about those. I can't sleep at night with as many trans apps are still sitting out there in La La Land that are never going to get approved, and no family's protected because it was 3 cents cheaper. Neither here nor there. But that's what Agent A does. They spend 80% of their time on underwriting and products. They spend 15% of their time on the appointments and making sure they don't sound like a dumbass whenever they're reading the real script. And then they spend 5% of their time actually prospecting and calling people. Here's what they have. They have a lot of they know how to solve a lot of hypothetical problems. Whenever you talk to this person, they're usually like, well, what if they say that? Well, what if they say this, right, G? What if they say that? What if, what if, what if? And now that person, they may be able to solve a lot of hypothetical problems, but they also make a lot of hypothetical money. And that does not pay our real bills, does it? I don't think it does. But then there's Agent B. We love Agent B. Agent B is pretty rare, believe it or not. Okay, it's probably more rare to find Agent B than it is to find like a mountain lion in the wild if you went hiking. It's pretty rare, right? I know Adam Disney's probably shot 5 of them, because he's the man, right? Only 3, right? Only 3. I love Adam Disney. So Agent B does this, okay? They spend 80% of their time prospecting. 80% of their time, they are actively looking for people with problems that still want them solved. They spend 15% of their time. They spend 15% of their time during the appointment, right? Preparing for the appointment. And then they spend about 5% of their time underwriting and learning products. So here's what Agent B has. They have a lot of problems that they have no earthly idea how to solve. Guess who knows how to solve problems? This guy. Tyler Brewer knows how to solve problems. Gino Locklear is one of the best problem solvers in the game. Aaron McLean can solve problems while he's scrolling Instagram. Seen Devin do it too. Okay. Which agent are you going to be? Agent A normally spends about 2.5 months here and they go back to the job that they hated. And then they complain on YouTube that this shit don't work. Agent B makes a lot of freaking money. Okay. They solve a lot of freaking problems and they get good at this really freaking fast. This Monday, I'm trying to, swear jar, bet a bankrupt me. So we're going to say freaking today. Some of us might feel attacked when I say that. That's okay. Okay. That's okay. I didn't say your name. The shoe fits, get a new fit. Okay. You ain't got to wear it. Okay. Jim, I'd say your savings account is probably a swear jar, and it's a pretty fat little bank account, if I had to guess. It got rolls in dough, right? There is actually a direct proportion to how much you cuss here versus how much money you make. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, my checks must have got delayed. Guys, that's how you learn this thing. You call a shitload of people and you talk to them. Okay. The best way to stop getting hung up on is to start getting hung up on. It's crazy. It's the wildest thing. Because here's the reality is I can teach you underwriting today and you'll forget it tomorrow. But if you get a decline and you have to go figure out why by yourself, or you get to think about it, it hurts. right? Has anybody up here ever called? You ever been in an appointment and needed help, like a 911, right, Eric? Like we're gonna lose money if this MFer don't answer the phone, and they didn't answer the phone. Anybody throw a one in the chat if that's ever happened to you. You just consider my fingers going like this: one enter, one enter, one enter, just like that. Okay, it's been multiple times. Devin Johnson's one of the very best at allowing people to struggle. He's also got some of the strongest agents, some of the most resourceful agents, right? Why is that? Because I can promise you one thing about the first time I was in a home and Devin didn't, I'm not talking about on a Zoom appointment. I'm talking about in somebody's home, kneecap to kneecap. I don't have a freaking clue what the hell I'm doing. Y'all know one of my first, I think my first death claim, I wrote 7 applications in there. 7. 7. Eric, guess where we started? CBO 100. Guess where we ended? A $25,000 guaranteed issue Gerber policy. It's the first death claim I ever had. Guy got a check for 25 grand because she died 3 years later. Why? Because I didn't know what dialysis was. And guess whose problem that was? My problem, not Devin's. My problem. Guess who knows what it is now? Shut up, Aaron. Right? It's hilarious. That's all my agents wrote too. I was like, hey, if they got a bank account and a pulse in between 50 and 80, you can get them Gerber. Okay. That's all my agents wrote. Swear to you, back in 2021. I hope that this is making sense. If it's not, go make 1,000 phone calls and come back and watch it again, and I guarantee it'll make sense. Okay? Because here's what you're going to learn, right, Tyler? Here's what you're going to learn. You're going to start getting think about it at the very end of your appointment. And here's what they're going to say. I just need to shop this around. Anybody ever heard that? I'm just going to shop this around. Has anybody ever heard my work insurance will cover that? How about I've already got life insurance. Yeah, Kyle, I don't know how I made over 6 figures. I don't have a clue as much Gerber as we wrote. I have no idea. It's paid as earned, like $1,000 a week just from Gerber payments, I swear. Not actually. Who's ever heard, what's another good one at the end? Obviously, I got to think about it. I got to talk to my attorney. It's always a weird one. I got to talk to my financial advisor. That one's always fun. Let's see. I got to pray about this. That one's Devin's favorite. Um, what's another good one? Who's ever been in the medical information? Why do you need to know that? Anybody ever heard that? Okay. Well, if you haven't, you will probably today. Or you'll get into the financial fire drill, Levi, and somebody's going to say, why do you need to know how much is in my 401k? Yeah. Well, I'm not telling you how much life insurance I got. Yeah. All of those you can just equate to a shitty role and purpose. So you can get real good at closing first if you'd like to, but closing gets a whole lot easier whenever you set it up right. Okay? Promise you. Promise you, promise you, promise you. So just to recap here, 4 keys to a successful week. If I quiz you guys on this tomorrow, I'd recommend that you know it or don't. It doesn't matter to me. Okay. Again, I just come up here and talk about whatever I feel like. So, and you guys show up. It's wild. And then people make more money. It's like, damn, this thing, isn't it, Adam? It's just crazy to me because this shit works because I learned how to sell here. I didn't go to car sales. I was a college baseball player before this. I learned how to sell here. And now I can sell anything. I can sell ice to a freaking Eskimo if I wanted to. Why? Because this company teaches you the right ways to do it, but you got to learn it in the right order. How do you book appointments? First paragraph. How do you get them to show up? Last paragraph. How do you write applications? Role and purpose, which is in the beginning. How do you get them to keep it? More emotion and underwriting and tying it down properly. 4 keys to a successful week: resources, activity, schedule, and system. Well, I dialed all week last week. Yeah, but you didn't buy new leads, you dumbass. That's what Devin said to me my second week here because I made a sale. I booked one appointment my first week, wrote a deal for $27 on a wife that I didn't know existed. Got paid $140, thought I was rich. And then Devin's like, hey, you grabbing leads this week? And I was like, nah, fam, I still got some from last week. He said, let me know how that works for you. I called him Monday. I said, it didn't work too well. Right? It's my first offer week, was my second week here. Never happened again. Never again moments. Let your people struggle. Okay? Not because you're not there with them, but if they got an ego and they think they know everything, we ain't got to beg people to work. This is a volunteer army. You can do as we say or you cannot. You can also make money or you cannot. You don't have to be here. But if you'd like to be here and you like to win at the freaking upper echelon of what you can win, if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to make six figures your first year here, fucking listen to what I'm saying because this shit works. Excuse my French, just being real with you. You got to master this stuff. You can master your ego and you can also be broke working a 9 to 5. I don't care. But if you want to win here, learn these basics, and I promise you, you will know how to sell every product that we have. You can sell it till you're blue in the face. And money will never be something you argue with your spouse about again. Let's go have a day.